were 20 and 21 years old and naive probably of all the things that could happen. We went in there, we thought it was going to be a perfect delivery, and it ended up being just a very traumatic delivery. And at first we thought he was fine. After he was actually out, they checked him out and his APGARs were 8 and 9, and we thought he was fine, but an hour later we noticed that he was not breathing and not responding. The hospital that we had him at did not have a NICU and was unable to care for him, and so they transferred him immediately over to Oakwood's NICU, and he spent 22 days there. And then through Oakwood's NICU is how we got hooked up with Dr. Young's and the Center for Exceptional Families. She basically just explained to us that this wasn't going to get better overnight, this was going to be a lifelong journey, and that she was going to help us through it, and they were going to coordinate his care, and we were going to get through it. My husband and I combined had been to the doctor a handful of times in our life. And now we have a child who has to see every specialist that there is. You know, we thought after we had Tommy, we had been through so much, we expected we could have 100 more children and they would all be perfectly healthy. And so we continued to have our children. We had Sam, and then we had Addie, and then about 2 years ago we had Gabby. And the second day of life, the pediatrician was spending a really long time listening to her heart and checking her out. And we kind of thought, you know, something is not right. So 4 tests later, we found out Gabby had a large ventricular septal defect and that she was going to need open heart surgery. I immediately paged Dr. Young. She called me right back, and you know, I told her, I said, she has DeGeorge syndrome. You know, do you even know what this is? And she said, yeah, I treat 3 kids with DeGeorge syndrome already at the center. So just knowing that she knows the syndrome, she's prepared for it, she treats 3 other kids, knowing that there's other moms here who have been through this. They've had, you know, their kids have had the open heart surgery. I can talk to them. Fantastic. It was just such a better transition than the first time. The best thing for our family probably has been coordination of care. You come in here, you have a sick child, you don't even know what specialist this child needs to see. You come in here, they set up the appointments, they call, they tell you, this is where you're going, this is why you're going, this is what time you need to be there. And you know, during those first few months, that's about all you can do, is just get your body there and get your child there. My typical kids, honestly, just coming here and sitting in the waiting room is good for them. They get to see that, you know, Tommy and Gabby are not the only kids with special needs, that they're not the only siblings whose lives are affected. Dr. Youngs knows these kids so well. She has actually gotten on the phone with the doctor and quoted Tommy's medical history from birth until now from memory to the attending physician. So the attending physician knows my son backward and forward just as well as Dr. Youngs does. These kids, it's so hard to work with them. It's so heartbreaking. I mean, even as a parent, it's heartbreaking and it's hard. And you know, the people at the center, it's like, why in the world would you choose this career to come in here? But they take such pride in these kids and they love these kids, and you know, after all their hard work that they put in, I'm sure it's, you know, it's such a reward to see them, you know, master a new skill, and that's why they do it. Probably the hardest thing to face in life is to hear that your child is going to be limited in any area. But these kids can accomplish amazing things, and it may cost more money, and it may take more time and take a lot more effort, but they deserve that chance. And when people give to the Center for Exceptional Families, they are giving kids like mine that chance, the chance to live the best possible life that they can live.